I'm sure you've all heard about ManusAI by now, the new tool that promises to go beyond ChatGPT. Well, I managed to get my hands on an invite code, and today I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like in action. I'm going to put it to the test with three tasks: data analysis, trend scouting, and advanced web scraping. So if you're wondering if you should stick with ChatGPT or if it's time to switch to ManusAI, well, keep watching.
Okay, so let's get started. When you get invited to Manus, you receive 1,000 free credits. I've already used a few, so I only have 612 left, but we'll see how far we can go with that. So the first task I'm going to challenge Manus and ChatGPT with is going to be a data analysis request. What I need help with is analyzing my client's email campaign data. So I'm working with two data sets, one for Q1 2025 and another one for Q1 2024. Each campaign has its own ID as it is sent to a specific area code. I need three specific things. First, a basic breakdown of the key metrics, so the number of recipients, open rate, the click rate, their activity, and I want to see the average for each quarter and how things have evolved between each quarter. So this is pretty basic. Then what I also need is a little bit more complex. In 2025, emails are sent on Tuesdays, but in 2024 it was Thursdays, so I need to compare performance between these 2 days across departments, across area codes, to see if timing makes a difference. And here it's a little bit more complex because there are some emails in 2025 that have been sent on Thursdays and other on other days. So here the analysis has to make sure to filter to only get the right days for both 2025 and 2024. And third, I want a table with each area code and the number of campaigns each one received in Q1 2024 and Q1 2025, which with the average performance metrics for each period. So let's try this both in Manus and ChatGPT. So with ChatGPT, there seems to be some confusion on its end on how to find each area code, even though there was a specific column with this information, but okay. Manus is a little slower to respond, but ChatGPT is quicker. So let's review ChatGPT's output. All the analysis I have requested seems to be there. It has completed the task I need. The only thing I would need now is a proper report in a doc format. So let's ask it to make one. Now let's go back to ManusAI. It's finally done. So even though it was slower than ChatGPT, it feels more polished and more aware of the context. For example, my data is in French and the answer I'm getting is in French, even though I haven't asked for it, but it seems more logical. And also the output is way more detailed. So I have charts, table, and a full written analysis with even some recommendations I didn't even ask for, but well, I will take what it's giving me. And everything is formatted straight array and downloadable as files. The report looks pretty polished. Well, will I send it to a client straight away like this? No, but it looks pretty thorough, pretty great. So I'm impressed. So now let's go back to ChatGPT again to see the report. The results are fine, okay, but as you can see, the report is more basic, so there's no visualizations, no recommendations, no files, and I would need to do a fair bit of manual work to get it, client ready. So in this first comparison, I would say that ManusAI clearly wins. Okay, it was slower than ChatGPT, but then the final output is way more thorough and more detailed. So there's no real comparison here. Manus wins. Okay, so now I'm down to 388 credits on Manus. Let's see if it's going to be enough for this task 2, which is going to be content research. So I need help finding training content around AI in automation, something I can actually turn into YouTube videos. So here's the breakdown of what I'm looking for. First, I want each tool to gather trending topics from Reddit and YouTube, so like AI related subreddits, new videos, that kind of thing, and then cluster those topics into clear themes like AI agents or automation for creator. And then for each team, I want suggestion of unique angles I could take. I also want title ideas that follow YouTube best practices, so a strong hook, SEO friendly, and I also want a quick analysis of each topic, so the average view count for the video on the topic, how competitive it is, and how hard it would be to produce content on it, so like research time or editing complexity. So let's try in Manus first since it's slower. Here, what is interesting is that since I already mentioned that I have a YouTube channel in another conversation, this info was added to Manus knowledge base about me, so I don't need to add more details about what my YouTube channel is about. It already knows about it. It has the context, which is always appreciated. So let's let Manus is working, so let's go back to ChatGPT. It's done faster. It's giving me trending ideas with sources. The sources lean more towards blog article and news sites, so not much of Reddit and YouTube. But I didn't activate deep search, so that's to be expected. And I can't access the sheet provided, so let's ask it to fix that. Okay, so the structure is good, but some of the ideas feel a little bit generic, like AI in newsroom. It's not bad, but not super actionable for my content style. Let's see if ManusAI does better. Reddit seems to be blocked. Okay, that's a pretty big limitation for trend scouting because a lot of things happen on Reddit, but okay. Let's wait for it to finish processing. Again, it took longer, but the report it gives me is way more detailed. I get 15 trend ideas versus the 5 I got from ChatGPT, and the analysis feels more thorough again and more thoughtful. I'm curious, let's look into how both tools built their reports. Interestingly enough, I feel like ChatGPT's method for finding the trend is better. For example, you can see the very detailed scoring model, but when it comes to the final output and the trends report I've gotten, I feel like Manus wins because the trend report is more in depth, there's more ideas, topics, and I like the angles better. Now let's dive deeper. I want both AIs to dig into one specific topic, AI agent. So for the specific cluster, I need them to scrape trending videos and give me details like the views, the thumbnail, the channel, that type of information. So let's start with ChatGPT. For this task, I'm going to use the deep research feature. I haven't used it before because as of now, I feel like it's not a feature I can really rely on in my day-to-day use of ChatGPT, since I'm only a Plus user, so I'm on the $20 plan a month, and we only get 10 deep research queries a month, which is too little in my opinion. But I feel like for a task as complex as scraping, we need it. So let's go. Oops, I forgot to activate deep research. Let's fix that and try again. So here I like the fact that it's asking questions to clarify the task, like the age or the type of videos I'm interested in. This is a good point. Okay, let's wait a little bit. Here we are 50 minutes later. Here are the results. So I'm getting 10 videos. They all seem relevant. The view counts range from 20k to 100k. Let's check the thumbnails. I had thumbnails. Okay. The only issue I can see here is the format. Like it's just plain text, not a CSV or Excel file, but that's not a big deal. Now let's see what Manus does. So it gives me 5 videos, but with lower view counts between 1k and 70k views. I wonder if it's adjusting based on my channel's average views. I don't know. But in this case, we only have 5 videos here versus 10 with ChatGPT. So for describing task, ChatGPT with deep research wins. But for the deep structure trend reports, I feel like Manus output was better. So now I'm down to 42 credits on Manus. I will probably need to upgrade later, but let's just start. Okay, so here's the final challenge, and this time it's a scraping task. So here's my prompt. I want a list of micro needling businesses in New Jersey that were opened in the last 3 years. First, scrape Google Maps using the search term micro needling. For each business, extract the name, address, phone number, website, rating, and number of reviews. Then filter by business age. And after that, search the website for contact emails. If possible, try to tell if the email is generic or personal. And finally, export everything into a clean spreadsheet. Okay, let's try this in the ChatGPT first. Oops, again, forgot to activate deep research. Let's fix that. So again, one thing I really like about ChatGPT is the smart follow-up questions, like how many leads do I want, any specific location preferences. All of those this clarification matter to have a better output. So let's wait for ChatGPT to finish the task. So here we are 20 minutes later with a list. I get 40 leads and most of them seem to have an email address. But I don't have the ratings, the number of reviews, all of that information has been omitted. So I feel like it didn't really look in Google Maps. The tool just looked using the Google search or Bing search, but not through Google Maps like I specifically asked. Okay, so now let's check Manus. Okay, not a surprise, I'm out of credits. I'm going to upgrade for $39, which will give me 3,900 credits more. If I run out, I can also buy extra credits, so it's from $19 for 1,900 credits to $199 for 19,900 credits. Okay, so Manus gives me only 5 leads to start with. The info is richer than ChatGPT, so I'm getting the rating, additional info about the business. I'm not getting the number of reviews though. Okay. It also offers to create an interactive website based on the lead it just found. Okay, that's pretty cool, but not really needed in this instance. So let's ask it to dig deeper. I only have 5 leads and I would like 50, so I'm going to ask for that. Okay, so now it's done and it only added 7 more leads, so now I've got 12 total. which is still far from the 50 I initially requested. Let's ask why. Okay, so honestly, I doubt that there are only 12 micro needling businesses that opened in the past 3 years in New Jersey, but Manus seems to have trouble verifying opening dates. So let's talk results. Out of 12 leads, Manus found 5 emails, so a 42 success rate. And out of 39 leads, ChatGPT found 31 emails, which is a 79 success rate. So for this task, even though I don't have all the information I requested, I will say that ChatGPT won because it allowed me to find more emails and more leads. So who's the winner, ChatGPT or ManusAI? Well, it depends. So Manus is better for more complex tasks, it's more autonomous, it needs less prompting, and it sticks better to instructions. It even adds bonus info and produces results in more format like presentations, websites, detailed reports, and much more. It's great for complex analysis, internal tools, and advanced scraping. On the other hand, ChatGPT is better for creative work, brainstorming, quick research, and even some very simple scraping task if you know how to prompt it well. The deep research feature is very powerful, but if you're a ChatGPT Plus user, it's only limited to 10 users a month, so you'll burn through it very fast if you rely on it too much. So I would say that if you work on more technical, data-heavy, automation-focused tasks, then switching to ManusAI makes perfect sense. If that's not the case, then you can stick with ChatGPT. Okay, so that's it for me. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye.